One of my things I would say I love about Wes Anderson, that he does perhaps better than any other filmmaker today. Beautiful, brilliant, haunting soundtracks, and he does it with existing music. If you don't own the Rushmore soundtrack, buy it. I almost bought the Darjeeling Limited soundtrack immediately after this movie, which has been the second soundtrack that caused me to do that this year. But I went to Borders and it's $18.99 and I don't get paid for this yet, so right now the Darjeeling Limited is still sitting at Borders, but I will get it someday. Oh yes. There's some certainly beautiful moments and some beautifully crafted dialogue. One of my favorites is Jason Schwartzman's character develops a relationship with what they call stewardesses on the train, and as he's getting kicked off the train, she asks him, "What's wrong with you?" And he says,
"Let me think about that."
And it was a really beautiful moment, and I don't really like Jason Schwartzman much as an actor. I kind of always thought he got his jobs because he was a Coppola, a la Nicolas Cage. But he does his best work. He was brilliant in Rushmore. He's very good in this movie. Helps make up for how terrible he was in Marie Antoinette last year, where he was just terrible. But it's a very beautiful moment, kind of encapsulates the movie. And Orson Welles wasn't a big fan of symbolism, which I never quite got, because the alternative to symbolism is just telling you something, which isn't really art per se. But the symbolism, there's one shot that's in slow motion, beautifully photographed, but the symbolism is so ham-handed, so obvious, it's a little bit painful to watch. A lot of the movie is dealing with the emotional baggage of the death of their father, and there's a sequence when they've actually released and are ready to move on and leave that baggage behind. They actually leave his physical baggage that they've been carrying the whole movie behind. That's a real obvious metaphor. I mean, even the guy who accidentally wandered into the theater because he thought he was seeing Saw 4 was probably going to pick that one up. Alright, so now I'm here at the graph of supposed scientific data where I'm going to plot the Darjeeling Limited. Now, as you recall, The Aquatic Life was a Tony Scott level movie. We were hoping for a comeback movie, and I think we got it. In fact, it's better than a Ridley Scott. It's better than Stanley Kramer. It's better than David Fincher. I'm going to call the Darjeeling Limited Martin Scorsese level. Yeah, look at that. We'll just add this in post. And we put ourselves a happy little line. And see, there it is. The official rating of the Darjeeling Limited, Martin Scorsese level. At this point, I normally like to do a video recommendation for people. And the basic gist is, if you like this movie, you will like this movie. Example, if you liked, I don't have an example. If you liked Hairspray, perhaps you should check out Rent. If you like Transformers, you should hit yourself in the head with a hammer. You really can't compare Wes Anderson movies to any other type of movie. So I guess I would say, if you love this movie, go check out his first movie, Bottle Rocket, which he wrote, and it was co-wrote with Owen Wilson, and also starred Owen Wilson and Luke Wilson and James Caan. Brilliant and hilarious movie. Well, I believe that's all the time we have here today on Film School with Chris Bennett. So, until next time, take care, world.